Om Namah Pranavartaya, Shuddha Jnanaika Murtaye, Nirmalaya Prasantaya, Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Vande Shri Ramanarshir Acharyasya Padabjam, Yomeya Darshayadisham, Bhantam Aditya, Ahattamarai, Madarmidurai, Arunachala Ramanan, Nahaitan, Ura Viditan, Arachihitan, and Abirai, Nihattan, Arul Surandan, and Mukava Murugan. Sakattaru Yavahuttan Murai Krithivasan. My pronouns. Muruganar was an extraordinary scholar in Tamil. He was a simple lecturer or a teacher in a college in Madras, but he was made a member of the committee which was forming the lexicon in Tamil. That is the Tamil dictionary. Because of his knowledge of Tamil, he was made into that. He was not spiritually inclined till the time he came to Bhagavan. He happened to read Aksharamana Malai, a book that was given to him by his father-in-law, Dandapani Swami. After reading that, he fell there to see Bhagavan. After coming into the fold of Bhagavan, Muruganar's life completely changed. Totally dedicated himself. Did not think of anything other than Bhagavan. As I said, he was called as the Nandikeshwara because he would sit in front of Bhagavan and with his mouth open, he would keep on gazing at Bhagavan. He would drink in the form of Bhagavan, as though that was his stature. And everything that he wrote later on were all learned from his association with Bhagavan. And the output from Muruganar is just unimaginable, between 35,000 to 40,000 songs on Bhagavan. After Bhagavan's Mahanirvanam in 1950, many of the devotees in ashramam who could not bear the loss of Bhagavan, the physical absence of Bhagavan, left ashram. Having been in the glorious presence of Bhagavan for so many years, they just could not take it, that his physical form was not available. So they left the ashram. Many of them went to various places and all that thing. The ashram almost became empty at one point in time. And that was the time when Muruganar started lectures, regular lectures on Bhagavan's works. Tamil Nuttil, Bhagavan's works in Tamil. And he would take classes. And those were classes of extraordinary nature. Kanakammal was one of the students, and then she was the one who told us about these lectures. And after he started taking the lectures on Bhagavan's works, one by one, the devotees returned back to the ashram. Kanakammal says that there was once a great scholar in Tamil who came to listen to Muruganar's lecture. And he was so mesmerized by Muruganar's dealing with many of the very abstruse Vedantic truths of Bhagavan's works. He was so mesmerized, I believe he asked Muruganar, is this based upon Vedantam or is it based upon Siddhantam? Vedantam is a universal kind of a philosophy. There is no religious leaning of Vedantam. Whereas Siddhantam it takes a religious bent. Saiva Siddhantam and also the other Siddhantams and so on. So his question was, is this based upon Vedantam or is this based upon Siddhantam? It seems Muruganar replied, I do not know Vedantam, I do not know Siddhantam. I know only Ramanantam. That was his devotion to Bhagavan. In fact, he lived a very simple life. Nobody even knew that this could be a Tamil scholar of that stature. He would look like an ordinary coolie. All his later lives, he dedicated composing more and more songs on Bhagavan, and towards the end, even that stopped. And for the last few months, Kanakamal says she was serving him, says that he would be still and then be just absorbed in the thoughts of Bhagavan, in meditation on Bhagavan. Anybody who looked at the composition of Muruganar, any Tamil scholar who let us say he was not exposed to Bhagavan or to Muruganar's works, and just show a piece of work from Muruganar to him, that Tamil scholar would place that work 1,000 years back. His style was so classical. A language undergoes a lot of changes over a period of time. Within about 100 years, there'll be new words and old words will be forgotten and so on. And maintaining that classical nature of poetic composition, that came very effortlessly to Muruganar. Today, we'll just take up a sample. We can only pick up a grain of sand from the vast ocean, vast beach of Muruganar's composition. And just something that showcases Muruganar's poetic capabilities. It is a heady mixture of jnanam and bhakti. It is very, very difficult to do this. And Muruganar carries it so beautifully. Allada Anavam Ser Arure Arugirai Valvidia Pollade Kondru Koluttu Main Jnanathan. This comes in Ramana Tiruvambavai. Allada Anavam Ser Arugirai Valvidia Pollade Kondru Koluttu Main Jnanathan. Illade Uldanavol Totumelavatrukkum Illada Totri Uladapum Sempurula Kallade Katunarda Kalvi Porul Tanai Sollade Solli Tulakum Uri Rumonatan Polla Maniramanan Bohamela Nanperula Valla Nipati Pairo and Bavai Tiruvambavai. Just like Monica Vachakar's Tiruvambavai and Anda's Tirupavai, this is the based upon the Pavai Vratam. This is chanted. There are 32 verses in this, and they are chanted in Bhagavan's Samadhi during the Margari time, the December, January time. They do it early in the morning. And this is a superset of all the style of composition of both Manika Vachakar and Andal. Whatever Manika Vachakar did not cover and Andal did not cover are also included in this 30 verses of Tiruppavi and 20 verses of Tiruvambavai, whereas there are 32 verses in Tiruvambavai of Ramana Tiruvambavai of Muruganar. Here he says, Allada, that which does not exist. Anavam Ser or Uyirai. Anavam Ser, ego. Anavam is ego. Or Uyirai, something that we hold very dear to us, this personality, this Jiva Bhavam, something that we hold so dear to us is actually non-existing. So what Bhagavan says, Allada Anavam Ser or Uyirai Val Vidiyar, with his sword-like look. Bhagavan used that. He weaponized his look. He weaponized his look. It seems Kavyakanta used to say, Bhagavan, if only you do not employ your Brahmastram, I will ask a question. Please allow me to ask a question. Please don't put your Brahmastram. The Brahmastram being, who is it that is having this doubt? Like this, Muruganar says that his look was like a sword. Kollade Kundru Koluttum Mei Jnanatta. In this verse, Kollade Kolvadu, killing without killing. Kallade Karpadu, learning without knowledge. Sollade Sulvadu, teaching without actually saying anything. This is the style that he follows. It looks like a riddle or a puzzle, but great Vedantic truths are hidden in this. Allada, it is not really there. What we hold dear to us is a non-existent thing. Why is it non-existent? Why is it unreal? Because Bhagavan says that reality, according to Vedantam, has this standard. It has to have these conditions. The real should be real all the time. There's no time element in it. It should be real always. And it should not change. What we call as immutable. Mutation, we say something that changes. Immutable and unchangeable. Permanent. All through the time. In fact, there is no time element in it. It is beyond eternity. Reality should have this standard. But does your Jiva Bodham, what we call as I, can it really adhere to these rules of standards of reality? It comes and goes. It stays with us during the waking hours and changes into a dream where it changes its form. We see things that have happened some many years back. We see all kinds of people who are dead and gone. We have conversation with them. And as we are having the dream, we do not feel uncomfortable about it. It is real to us as we are, when we are dreaming, it is very, very real to us. It does not have. Mind creates its own reality. Whatever it creates, it believes in it. That is the quality of mind. And then when we go to deep sleep, this person, the body, and the world that he sees, everything disappears. It's all gone. So a thing that cannot stay with you for all the time, how can that be called as real? This is the logic that Bhagavan gives. It is not real because of this. What Bhagavan says is what Upanishads say. There's absolutely no difference. What he found out through his experience. So the same thing that the great seers and rishis of the world, they said. In Mandukya Upanishad, it's supposed to be one of the most important Upanishads for the Vedanta. Mandukya Upanishad, one of the shortest of Upanishads. There are only 16 or so mantras in there. And Adi Shankara's Guru's Guru, Gaudapadacharya, he has come out with a great commentary on Mandukya Upanishad. This one is Mandukya Karika. In that he says, Ada Vantecha Yan Nasti Vartamanepi Tatu Tata. That is the sutram that he gives. He says, what did not exist in the past and what is not going to exist in future, even though it appears to exist now in the present, Vartamanepi, even if it appears to exist in this, it is as good as non-existent. Don't give any importance to it, it is non-existent. It is a borrowed existence. Sat alone can be the true existence existing all through. And all other things, they just borrow their existence from this Sat. They stay for some time and disappear. So he says, Muruganar says, Allah, that this our real, the one that we hold so dear, this personality, this individuality, this thing that we call as I, is a non-existent thing. Kollade kondru koduttumai ஞானத்தான் kollade kolvadu. He says, it has to be killed without killing it. This looks like a puzzle for us. A non-existent thing should be killed without killing it. But it contains a great Vedantic truth. And Vedantam, when it wants to explain why we see this thing that we call as the world, and the Vedantins say that this is mithya. This is something that is not going to, it is an illusory thing. It is not going to stay with you. It's going to keep on changing with you all the time. Why do they say this? They say that Maya has got two characteristics. Ignorance or Maya, also known as illusion, has got two characteristics. It hides the real and projects the unreal. Vikshepam is something for the projection. Avaranam is something that hides. So Maya hides the real thing and projects something that is not real. And we get enamored of the thing that is getting projected as real, and then we are not able to think back and then find out that reality is with us all the time, never leaving us, even at this moment, every second, it does not leave us. But we are not able to see this. This is because of the power of hiding that the Maya has. It completely veils the truth. So in Vedantam, how do they explain this? They say, they give this metaphor, what we know as the Rajju Sarpavadam, the serpent and the rope. They utilize this to explain this, how Maya behaves. It's a dusk is falling, very little light, somebody is walking, and then a tree branch, something is hanging down and oscillating, and it is the shape of a snake. He gets startled by looking at that, and he's not able to proceed further. The fear is so gripping, he's not able to do anything about it. Now the question is, for the fear to go, the snake has to go. As long as he keeps seeing the snake on the rope that is actually there, he's going to be fearful. The fear is not going to leave him. But can the snake go by killing the snake? Can you kill the snake? Or make it slither away by some method, by dancing around it, beating the drum? Can the snake go? This snake cannot go, will not leave you, because there is no snake. Actually, there is no snake. So there is absolutely no method of killing it. That is why he says, Kollamale kolvadu. Killing without killing. So how do they do that? Vedanta says, the fear of the snake will go only when you have the knowledge of the rope that is underlying the snake. With the vision of the rope, the snake gets automatically killed. You don't have to do anything. Whatever you do cannot give you this vision. You have to know. You have to scrutinize what it is and know what it is. That's why they say that karma has no role in jnanam. It has a role by way of purifying the mind. Ishvararpitam, nechayakritam, chitta shodhakam, mukti sadhakam, he says. Chitta shodhakam. Chittam will get purified by this karma. Beyond that, it does not do anything. Mukti sadhakam, it becomes an instrument. It becomes a means to know, get the knowledge, but it does not directly bestow knowledge. So Adi Shankara says, this was the main activity of Adi Shankara, because people believe that karma alone will do. The karma alone can give you all the things. There is no need to even think of an Ishvara. Upadeshasaram setting is only that. The Darukavanam rishis, they became so arrogant with their ability to perform karma and then get whatever they want. They even went to the extent of thinking there is no need for an Ishvara. Karma is there, we will do the karma and we will get everything. That is how the Upadeshasaram, whole Upadesaram comes. So Shankara's main problem was to establish the fact that karma can go up to some extent. It is true. Follow it. You should follow it. But then don't believe that that is the end in itself. There is something more to be done. Chittasya shuddhaye karma natu vastu upalabdhaye, he says in Vivek Chudamani. Natu vastu upalabdhaye, vastu upalabdhi. Vastu is the purna vastu, the atma vastu. Atma vastu cannot be obtained by you by karma directly. It can purify the mind. Vastu siddhihi vicharena. Natu karma kotibihi, he says. Adi Shankara says, even if you do crores of karma, natu karma kotibihi, you will not be able to get jnana. Jnanam alone is opposed to ignorance or maya. So unless you have jnana, unless you do vicharam, what is meant by vicharam here is scrutinize. What is it that you are seeing there? The thing that is so fearful to you right now, do you know what it is? Try to find out what it is. Once you know what it is, then action can follow. You can do whatever you want later on, but you do not even know. You just relate something to something else, and then you are afraid of the whole thing. So he says, Kollamale kolvadu, kollade kondru koluttum mei jnanattan, he says. Kollamale kolvadu is the method of knowing what it is. Jnanam alone, and it kills. And it kills without really killing. Koluthum me jnanathan, Val Viliyar, Kollade Kondru, Koluthum me jnanathan, Val Vili. Kanakamal used to say that when Bhagavan looked at you, that itself is enough. It conditions you. If really something happens to you, you feel transformed. Of course, a person who is really mature, he would feel that. So she came to live in the ashram when she was 17 or 18. She had just been married, but she did not want to, live a married life. She came. She took a room, a rented place in the town. People were not allowed to stay in the ashram in the night time. Ladies, they had to go to the town. So she says, really in the morning, I finish all my work. All kinds of problems used to be there. Challenges used to be there for a girl, a lady living alone, all alone. One had to finish the cooking in the morning. But all that, nothing mattered to me because at 5:30, I knew that I would be meeting Bhagavan. That was enough. There used to be snakes in the compound, she says. And she said, the moment she entered into the hall, and when Bhagavan looked at her, she says, I became a nirjivi. What a word. She became a non-person. The personality dropped off. She says that till the very end, I just could not muster the courage to talk to Bhagavan because the moment I go and then stand before Bhagavan, when he looked at me, everything was forgotten. I was a non-person. I did not know what to say. She used to say that, and she used to say, and I always used to admire Devaraja Mudaliar, who was sitting just next to the couch of Bhagavan and kept on chatting with him all through. How is he able to do this? I used to wonder. He says, Nirjivi, Val Viliyar, Kollade Kondru, Koluthum me jnanathan. Says Muruganar says, it is not enough if the mind subsides. The mind has to die. Layagatam punarbhavati no mritam, says Upadesha Saram. Layagatam, that which subsides, becomes laya. Punarbhavati, it comes out again. No mritam, not when it is dead. So the death of the mind is what Bhagavan recommends all the time. And he says, the mind is so powerful, it will keep on sprouting. Even if you cut off the branches, cut off the root, it will sprout again. It is like a poisonous tree, Visha Vriksham. It is like a poisonous tree. And unless you burn the bijam, unless you burn the seed, Koluthum me jnanathan, you have to burn it. The seed that Muruganar is referring to here is the vasanas. Vasanas are the seeds. Because we may sit in meditation, we may even be able to, subside the mind. The mind may become still for some time. And why is it getting pulled out again? That is our experience. Mind comes out again and becomes like before. It starts acting like before. And those few moments of our great peace and other things are lost, and once again the mind comes out. It is getting pulled out again and again because of the existence of the vasanas. Unless the vasanas are completely annihilated, it is not possible for us to really reach that state that the jnanis enjoy. So he said, Kollade Kondru, Koluthum me jnanathan is the way in which his jnanam helps us in burning the vasanas just by being with him, just to stay with him, constantly be with him in his presence, or at least think of him. You do that, then there is a very good chance of, getting rid of these vasanas, but not when you take it as a part-time job. It cannot be a part-time job. I will do this 1 hour meditation in the morning and I'm going to become a jnani. It's impossible to do that. It is like driving at 4 o'clock in the morning when there is no traffic at all. That's what we are trying to do. Our real test comes when you are able to drive the car and there is so much of traffic. You should come to India to do that. You must have seen that. Anyway, so that is the thing. So unless the seed of the mind is destroyed by burning it. Koduttum mei jnanatha. Illade ullanabol tottumela vattrukkum. Illada totri uladahum meipporulam. Illade ullanabol, they are not, but they parade themselves, show themselves as though they are existing. This is what this worldly objects are. This is what this personality is. It comes and goes, and then during that time it is operating, it keeps you in its spell, under its spell, and then we are not able to get out of it. Illade ullanabo totrum. They show up. They just display. They put up. A big show they put up. எல்லாவற்றுக்கும் இல்லாதா தோற்றி உளதாகும் மெய்ப்பொருளாம் செம்பொருளாம் உளதாகும் செம்பொருளாம். He just reverses the activity of the Maya. He projects the unreal, and the Guru always points to you that this is unreal. That is, the Sadguru's job is only that. You might have listened to that small story that Mature Venkatraman mentioned a couple of satsangs back. He was mentioning in his Dakshinamurti Stotra. Of course, he came out with a bigger, elaborate story of the same thing in one of the earlier lectures. I will like to mention it. It is worth repeating again, though you might have heard it. Worth repeating. It seems once a few farmers came to Bhagavan in the meditation hall, and Bhagavan knew them. When he was in the hill, he knew many of them. So when they came, he started asking them, how are you? So one of them told Bhagavan, all the usual problem. My cow died, my wife is sick, my son is not interested in agriculture, all kinds of problems. You are just saying all these things. Bhagavan listened to the whole thing. It seems he asked him. When all this was going on, Kavyakanta was there. The great tapasvi, the great scholar, Kavyakanta was there. And he was listening to the whole thing in a stunned manner. Bhagavan asked him, did you sleep last night? The farmer was taken aback. Why is Bhagavan asking about sleep? He said, yes. In deep sleep, did you get these problems? Were you aware of these problems? He said, no, I was not aware of this problem. So now the problems have come back again. What is the difference between that time and this time? He did not answer. Bhagavan said, the ego has sprouted. As long as the ego is there, problems will be there. Problems may get solved temporarily, but they will come back again. All kinds of problems will come back again. So the one way to permanently get rid of these problems is to be permanently egoless. All these things Bhagavan was explaining. Kavyakanta was listening to the whole thing. He was saying, even great scholars like us are not able to understand the Vedanta Tattvam, the Avastatraya Tattvam, they are not able to understand. Why is Bhagavan telling this to ordinary farmers? Not only did he feel this after he went out of the meditation hall, he mentioned it to somebody. Had that man come to me, I would have told him, you do some Shiva Shiva or Rama Rama, go to temple, do some Abhishekam, I would have given. But Bhagavan is telling to these people, illiterate farmers, all this Vedanta Tattvam. This is what he said, Kavyakanta said. Somebody who was listening to this came back and told this to me. Kavyakanta feels that you are telling all this great Vedanta Tattvam to people who are not really literate. It seems Bhagavan said, what can I do? That's all I know. This humility, what can I do? That's all I know. But the story does not stop here. The next day in the hall, Kavyakanta was once again there. And Bhagavan started telling a story, a small story. Bhagavan normally does not start or talking on his own. Never. Unless somebody asks a question, there won't be any answer from him. And even the question and the answer, when somebody asks the question, he does not immediately answer. There will be a big gap. Sometimes it will be 1 hour. Sometimes KS used to say that it will be 2 hours. Sometimes the answer would come the next day. People have to wait to get that answer. It has to fall from his mouth. That is the way it is to deal with Bhagavan. He started a story on his own, which is very unusual. And he says, there were two pilgrims one day, at once upon a time, and they went to Kashi Yatra. And they were going. In those days, there was no transport. They were walking and they went to a Satsang in the evening. They had their meals and both of them go to sleep. One of them went to sleep immediately. The other one could not sleep at all. He was lying awake. The one who went to sleep, he had multiple dreams. In the dream, he earned a lot of money, accumulated a lot of wealth, and then, he kept it in a safe for some future usage and all the thing. And in the dream, a thief comes, he breaks open the safe and runs away with all the gold and all the money that he had accumulated in that. So this man was not able to take it, so he started shouting, thief, thief, catch him, catch him. He was so traumatic, he started talking in his sleep. So the man who was awake at the time was able to listen to this man saying, thief, thief, catch him, catch him. It seems when he reached the stage of the story, Bhagavan passed. The story ended there. He asked a question to people assembled there. Mainly the question was meant for Kavyakanta. He told Kavyakanta, he asked this question. What will the man who is awake, what will he do? Will he run after the thief or will he wake him up? Will he wake him up or will he run after the thief? So significant, so deep, the whole thing is. Of course, the answer is that we'll be only waking him up. We cannot get into anybody's dream and run after the thief. But any lesser guru, a Sadguru will wake him up. But any lesser guru, you go to him with a problem, it will give you some pariharam. You do this, you do that. Bhagavan is saying that all these other things are really not going to solve the problem. You catch the thief in, you are even assuming that you have the ability to get into his dream and go after the thief and catch him. Will that be the end of the story? No, he'll have some other problem some other time. He'll have to once again get into his dream. I mean, the same. Any lesser guru, Badha Guru. There is a Bodha Guru and there is a Badha Guru. People who give you Badha, they will tell you, they will be running along with you to catch the thief. Whenever you go on and tell him, there's a thing, yes, I agree, I know, this is the way to do that and all that. But a Sadguru, his role is to constantly point to you that this is false. Illade உள்ளனபோல் தோற்றுமெலாவற்றுக்கும் இல்லாதார் தோற்றி உளதாகும் செம்பொருளா. That's what a Sadguru does. His main job is to wake you up, constantly wake you up. So Bhagavan's who am I? And things of that nature. Did you have a problem in the sleep and all the things? They're all his method of waking you up. He wants you to wake up and then know the reality of the situation. Unless you know your own Swarupam, these problems are not going to solve. If you go to Ramana, he will give you only this solution. He will not give you any other solution. So this is what he meant when he passed and asked this question. The man who is awake, will he wake his friend up or will he run after the thief? He's just trying to tell that I am trying to wake people up from the dream that they are. Illade ullanavo totru. When it is not really real, feel that it is real. Maya's grip is so powerful. When we get out from the sleep, the whole samsara begins. That to-do list pops up in our mind. That day's list of things to be done pops up. And we get involved in the whole thing. Allade katra kalvi porul kannai sollade solli tulakkum olirvu monatta. Bhagavan did not go to any school to learn anything. There was no formal education for him. Normally they say that you go to your guru, sit at his feet. All the Upanishads will be telling you that. Now everything will be how the Shishya should go to the guru, everything will be discussed. He is supposed to take some samit with him, go to him. sit in his presence and then learn, and he will tell you so many things, and finally he will tell you Tattvamasi and all the things, all the Vakyas will be known. That is the way. And after learning all these things, he goes and then practices and finally experiences. That is the way to do that. Even today, they say that that is the way to do. All the Neo-Vedantins are talking about something else. We do not accept all that. They say that. In Bhagavan's case, experience came first. The boy did not even know what he was experiencing. Death stood before him, and he felt compelled to solve the problem of death then and there. Did not go to anybody. And he deeply know, he dived inside, mind was driven deeply into himself, and then he saw it in a flash, in that insightful, intuitive situation. He could see the reality, and even then he did not know what it was. But the personality dropped off and never returned to him. He was in that state, that 1 minute, and then afterwards he never came out of that. Avichyuta Nijaprajnaha says in Ashtotram, Vishwanatha Swami's Ashtotram, Avichyuta Nijaprajnaha, he never came down from that Nijaprajna. Avichyuta is to fall down. Achyuta is somebody who, Chuti, yes, in falling down was never a case in the case of Bhagavan. Never left him. So how to deal with it? It seems the first few weeks in Madurai before he came to Arunachalam, his problem was how to really relate what I am experiencing in this world. That was all. And it used to burn. He says when he came to Arunachalam and then stood before Arunachala, the first moment, that was the time the burning left. Otherwise, he was not able to relate what is this, and he did not know what it was. For several more months after reaching Arunachalam, he did not know what it was, but he was absorbed in that. Kallade kattunarnda kalvi porul thanai, he says. This was just unarvadu, not arivadu, unarvadu. Arivadu is we use our brain to know things, but unarvadu is an experience. So when people like, Palaniswami, when people like Palaniswami, they started reading books of Vedanta in his presence, then I mean, oh, whatever I have experienced are being explained here in this. Used to say, I believe, Namba Samacharanda idudalla everything. That's why they say that he was a Brahmanyani without even knowing the word Brahman. Allade kattunarnda kalvi porul thanai. Sollade solli. His method of teaching was through Maunam. Because Maunam is the perfect vehicle, he used to say, of teaching that. How do we teach Advaitam to a person who is looking to be different from you? And there is an inherent, contradiction in the whole thing of teaching Advaitam. How do you teach Advaitam? If you are going to say that somebody is my disciple, Dvaitam comes up immediately. So Bhagavan never used to acknowledge the fact that he was a jnani and he was distributing jnanam to anybody, nothing. Throughout the time that ashram was functioning, he never allowed any magazine to be published. Mountain Path, Call Divine, all these things came out because he used to say, who used to teach what to whom? He never even acknowledged that there is a thing called a jnani. He would say that there is jnanam, but there is no jnani. Kavikanta asked this question in Ramana Gita. In the first chapter itself, this question comes. Jnaninam kena lingena jnatum shakyanti kovidaha. Jnatum shakyanti. How do somebody recognize? Lingena, kyana. Kena lingena, by what sign, by what mark do you know a jnani? And in his answer, the series of questions, and he answers one by one. The answer, he says, Sarvabhuta samatvena lingena jnanam uhyatam. He says, the question was about a jnani. How do you recognize a jnani? Bhagavan says, jnanam can be recognized by sarvabhuta samatvam. In his presence, all the creatures would come together and then they will be treated all alike. That Sarva Bhuta Samatvam one could see in Bhagavan's presence. Sollade, Solli, by his justice, Monam alone. Tulakkum, and he clarified all the doubts. By justice, Monam. When people did not understand the Monam alone, all these things about words, and as I said, they did not come immediately. Like when I ask a question, you immediately give a reply. No. Ask a question and wait. Kanakama used to say it is like dropping a stone in a well. The stone has to travel a long distance and then finally you get a sound that the stone has reached. It was like that in front of him. First is Mauna and then only the rest of it. And that Mauna was enough. All the notes were vanished. Paul Brenton used to say, I had a big list. When I came and then sat in front of him, I completely forgot there were questions in my mind. And my assistant, the person who took me there, kept on reminding me. I said, no, I forgot and I do not need this stuff. He used to feel that the quiet river of that great peace was flowing next to him. This was not only his experience, the experience of everybody. So Vedantam says, Ananya Prokte Gatiratra Nasti. Ananya Prokte. If you have the feeling that there is somebody other than me, then you cannot teach Advaita. Only those who have that bhavam, there is nobody other than me, there is nothing other than that, he only will be able to teach the thing. Kallade Katru. Kallade Katru. Karkum. Kallade Katrulan the Kalbi Purultane, Solade Sundi, Tulakum, Udir Monatan, Udir Monam, the monam that radiated. The dynamic stillness, the dynamic silence. Vallanadi Vaki Vadelo and Bhavai. Finally, Muruganar says, let us, the only thing that we can do is go down to his feet and think of him all the time. There's nothing else for us to do. That is the best way of worshipping him, is to keep him in our mind. And that happens only by his grace. We cannot think that I am going to worship Bhagavan, I am going to think of him, it's not going to happen. Avan Arulale, Avan Tal, Vanangi, says Manikavasan. His grace should be there. First, even think of him. So I just thought that I would take this verse as to showcase Muruganar's immense capability to compose poetry. This I will.